Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. Alright guys, we're going to start here with the daily time frame, and we're going to go over the 15-minute time frame. We're going to keep this video short because it is getting late, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But let's dive into it. All right, guys, so we do have a bullish candlestick here on the daily time frame. We did peak our head above this previous high, which does suggest that we probably are going to be going lower. We did have decreasing volume on the day, which isn't the best sign, but I do like the look of that candlestick. Now, we did do the same thing over here on QQ, and as we go down to the smaller time frames, I'm going to make my case on why this thing actually doesn't look too bad at all, and I think we're going to go continue higher. All right, when everybody jumped in and thought we were going to start crashing again, guess what? All right, we printed things that just weren't looking too bearish, and they were actually looking bullish, and then we are now back up at the high. It makes perfect sense. All right, it makes perfect sense. You come over here to DIA, and I do want to point out you're just consolidating above the previous high over here. All right, you had this. I pointed this out at the time. Broke out from 3 weeks worth of consolidation, and now you're literally just consolidating above it in a bull flag like manner. You're probably going to break out to the upside and take out this high over here. All right, you come over here to SPY, and as you can see, you had this high over here. Well, you printed today's bullish candlestick. I know there's a lot of lines here, but you printed today's bullish candlestick right off of that down over there. You held this daily 9 EMA that you've been riding up. All right, you've held it this whole run here. You had this consolidation. Yeah, this leg, and guys, we're just continuing to go up. We got no reason to be bearish, okay? For the time being, at least, there's just no reason to be bearish. There's really not. Now, we are here in an ascending channel here, and the top of that channel is about 0.75% above the current price, all right? So that would be topping out. If we were to hit it tomorrow, let's say we hit this at, yeah, 115 over here. It's going to be 520, guys. All right, 520 schmeckles. All right, $520, 520 beans. We're gonna be up there if we were to run to the top of this channel. All right, so that's what I do think we have potential to. Now, I do want to point out we don't have any bearish divergence down here on QQQ. We don't have any bearish divergence down here on SPY. Guys, we typically always will have, before like sells like this, like $5 sells, like decent size ones that you like potentially can short if you would like. And you just wait for the bearish divergence to pop up. We didn't have one this whole time. All right, you peaked right here, and then you could have literally just marked this. So that's what we were doing. All right, and we knew right over here, I in the Discord, right here, we knew that it was a bearish divergence. We're now actively like looking for a sell. Why? Because we were saying like, hey, we're gonna keep just, if you're riding this, you keep riding it. We're bullish on this thing until we start seeing that, and then you get cautious and you look for the sell. All right, but right now we don't have that going on, and you typically like kind of always get them before you get your sell. We don't have that. I think we go higher tomorrow. That's my guess here. We have a bullish daily candlestick going on over here. All right, long lower wick. Yes, you have an upper wick, but long lower wick. I understand decreasing volume. That's okay. All right, that is fine in my book. That is fine. I still do think we are going to be going higher. All right, so that is what I'm watching over there on SPY, and I'm actually also going to say, guys, you're consolidating above the previous high. Okay, like you're literally finding buyers here. This is proving to be a demand zone down here, and that's exactly what you want to see in between 513.30 and 514.20, which is going to be high right here and a high right here. We're actually just going to take that off right here, get rid of that, so we just have a clean looking chart down here, guys. If this supply zone, or this not supply zone, if this demand zone right here were to not hold, this channel breaks down. We're going to be watching this previous high right here, 512.07. All right, which is going to be the high of this candlestick right here, right there. All right, but that is pretty much it over here on SPY. I do think you're going higher. QQQ. All right, still got my eye on this 450 number, guys. Now, psychology wise, markets, they go up most of the time. Why the heck are buyers going to bid it back up to the high? All right. And then they're not going to take out the high. I think you're very likely about to take out this high tomorrow. And I think you're probably going to run to 450. It could happen tomorrow. All right. So that is the big psych level that I've been looking for. And I was on this recovery. If we were to get back up there, I was looking for it. Over here, I was looking for a little while here. Like you were about to explode upwards to get that. All right. With an extra percent. Nope. You pulled back. You took everybody for a ride. And all of the perma bears came out. And they were like, oh, I tried telling you, Henry. I tried telling you. And in the end, I was like, hey, we haven't seen nothing yet. You got no reason to be bearish. And like, just check it. SPY hasn't rolled over. All right. So now, guys, you know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that 15-minute bearish divergence. Until that pops up, guys, I'm not bearish. So you guys could do this on your own. And this is my RSI settings for, people ask me this quite often. Guys, they're the default settings here in TradingView. 14. Okay. 14. 2. My videos, you could see it says 14. 2 right there. All right, guys. But until that pops up, I'm not looking for, that these sell. Once it does pop up, then we're watching for the sell. And that'll probably pop up tomorrow. And then we'll talk about it in tomorrow's video. And then we could talk about that. But right now, I'm talking upside. So that's that. Okay. Individual tickers. We are going to be starting it off with NVIDIA, the beast himself. Okay, guys. First of all, congratulations if you played this beast. Super, mega, ultra congrats if you got to play this beast, okay? It's quite fabulous, the look of this chart. It's really beautiful. And, I may be salty because, I could have just held what I had the other day and it would have turned into, I was thinking about today and it would be like 10 to 15K. It's like, I didn't make anywhere close to that off of this. I could have just held every, thing NVIDIA that I've had the past week. And I'm like, damn, that sucks. Oh, well. Okay. Oh, well. It is okay. But I am just going to say, I think this thing is going, it's already at 950, guys. I think this thing is going to head up to $1,000. I don't know if it happens tomorrow, but I think that is the move. From here, I think that is what's going to happen. I'm not saying play this thing up to 1,000, but I do think there's a $50 move here. It's probably going to happen here. So you don't have any bearish divergence even. I'm not looking for, a massive sell out of nowhere. Let's look at it this way. Right here, you had this bearish divergence at least. Guys, you don't even have that right now. I'm looking for this thing. This thing's probably going to like 1,000, 1,050 next week. I don't know. But you guys see this weekly candlestick? It gapped and went. Like I was bullish on this, but did I think it was gonna, just go straight to $1,000 this week? No, I thought it was going straight to $900. I was willing to play that. 1,000, it's crazy, but I do think it's gonna take out 1,000, and then I think it's gonna probably get to 1,050 before cooling off. Guys, this thing has momentum, and this isn't a blow off top. We don't have divergences, so I don't think we're just going to die out of nowhere. Did you have a divergence right here? Yeah, you had a divergence. This is all the way back in 2021, guys. All right. People thought this was crazy. Well, you consolidated for a while, and now you're getting this. You guys want to see something nuts? That's insane. You could have bought in over here with all of your money into a strong company. You could have just been like, oh, dump the savings. Nope, 100% of the savings. It's like buying an apple. It's not like really buying an apple, but like it's kind of like, market cap wise, you're buying an apple. 2.32 trillion. It's like catching an apple, But even this was 125 to, no, it's not even like catching an apple like down there. It's like doing this. Yeah, it's this. It's you catching this, all right? It's you, but it happens so much quicker too. So this is like 2020 all the way to 2021. There's a year. No, never mind. What am I smoking? Okay, look at this. This thing took months. Okay, I was referring to the whole run. That definitely, but like this is insane, guys. This is insane. Congratulations if you're holding. All right, they pitched a $3 trillion valuation. I think NVIDIA wants, to get as close as possible to the number there. I'm just saying, Nvidia could become the most expensive stock in the stock market cap wise, and I will not be surprised. I think this thing is going to keep ripping higher. You have increasing volume on this rip higher. I'm just gonna put this out there. I was telling you guys, this seemed like the layup of the week, and this thing went berserker. Okay, now I'm gonna move on to the next one because I don't want to, I don't want to talk about Nvidia too much here. But I'm just gonna say, I think someone, again, I'm not telling you just to blindly buy calls here, but you're just kind of, even on the 4-hour time frame here, you don't have divergences. You come over here. You do have divergences here. I ain't gonna deny that one. Regardless, this thing looks like it's gonna keep ripping faces, okay? MU, guys, you did break the all-time high, and you consolidated above it today. All right, you come over here, the hourly time frame, you just did nothing all day. So, I do think this is going to continue higher. I'm just putting that one out there. It's again with these divergences, guys, you finally got your pullback right here. And you had the bearish divergence. Did you have one over here? Yeah, you did with this peep over there, right there. All right. So I do think you're gonna go higher over here. Just something to point out, guys. Chips are hot sector right now. All right, PANW, PANW, Palo Alto Networko. I do think is going to bounce. I'm just putting it out there. All right, so you do have like support going on right here. You're kind of finding buyers around that support level. But what I do want to point out is the trend line. So buy as close as possible to that trend line. I think it's going to be a good buy. No financial advice, but if I get a chance, I'm going to buy it. Okay. But I am just going to say I do think this thing is going to be moving up. But if you come over to the hourly time frame, you get more specific with it, more refined, I should say. And you broke out of your downtrend today. And if you really want to use these touch points, then you are going to be testing it tomorrow. So just something to put out there, put on your radar there. All right, something like that. There you go. Next one we're going to talk about is Goog. I think Goog, guys, is going to be doing some things. I think it's going to be exploding. I've been trying to tell people about Apple. All right, Goog, I think is something that, it's clearly not running with the market. But I do think they're going to let it up before we see Apple get let up. So there's that. But I'm just saying these two are sleeping giants. Goog, Apple especially, but Goog, here on the hourly time frame, if, this thing, again, has been selling off as the market has been ripping. Just going to put it out there. But I'm just going to say, if I didn't know it's been selling off, if I didn't know it's been weak recently, I would put it out there like, hey, this thing is in reversal mode and you're coming up here to 137.98. Okay, so look for the break and retest off of 134.74. That is going to be the high of this candlestick right here. And then this one's over here at 75, 134.75. So, those two levels right there. But yeah, I'm looking for that move up to around 138, 137.98. And you come over here to the daily time frame. Guys, the RSI, it got down to 30 like 2. This is what I'm talking about. These are the dip buys that, make sense. Guys, over the last, it's been a whole ass year. It's been a whole ass since 2022. November 2022, guys. You want to see some crazy things right here, right now? All right, you haven't been this low on the RSI for a whole year and a half. A whole 1.3 years. These are the dip buys. Well, not you haven't been here. You only went here once in 1.3 years. Well, now you're getting another stab at this, and I do think it's probably going to do some crazy stuff like this. It's just like what I've been pointing out over here in Apple. Except, guys, did you think that, I ever thought this was going to happen? No. All right, we're going to just do this, and I'm going to show you, what I think over here in Apple. This is insane. Okay? But I still will point out. No. Like, you don't get here often. This is in 2018 when the thing really was just like dying. And even then, it only fell 40% here. Okay? Well, not only. That's a pretty big thing. We only fell like 15% right now. But look at this RSI. Okay? That's when it fell 40%. We just got all the way down here with selling pressure wise to get the RSI down here with like a 15-20% sell. Okay, from the bottom there, week and a half later, you had a bottom, $1 lower, 2.5%, and then you're up 20% over the next month and a half. So this is kind of similar to what I think is going to happen right here, 8% over the next 3 weeks. Something like that. Okay, or you just really get to catch the bottom, and there you go. And yeah, you set it on, I think it's this, yeah, it's screen day right here, right? So that was the bottom, and you went a little lower, $1 lower, and then boom, you ripped the aces, 20% over the next month. I think something like that's going to go down in Apple. And obviously, guys, this is back when Apple was $30, so don't pay attention to dollar values. But guys, this is coming back to 2016. I don't think Apple's RSI is going to stay down there. I don't think it's going to stay this oversold. And I do want to say right now, if you fall anymore down here and hit this demand zone, you're going to hit this trend line right here. If you get to 167, guys, you get to 167, you hit this trend line here, you have a valid falling wedge pattern. All right, you got all the touch points on the side that you would need to make this a falling wedge pattern. At that point, I think you're very quickly going to find buyers down here. And I still think you're probably going to find buyers down here. And you're going to get it back up here to like 180-ish. Okay, so there's that one. Okay, but Goog, guys, already has the falling wedge pattern going on here. You can see it on the 4-hour time frame. You can see it on the daily. And yeah, daily RSI is already curling back up. You got increasing volume on the day. If I had to guess, it's going to be an update tomorrow. That's what I'm watching for. Tesla. Okay. Tesla's looking mighty juicy. I just want to put that out there. Here on the 15-minute time frame, you can't see you're kind of in this ascending, wedge here, ascending pennant here. I think it's getting rather tight here. Tomorrow, you're probably going to see a breakout. I think it's going to be to the upside. You got to get through this supply zone right now. Get above 180, 190, and you're going to have nothing until you come all the way up here to 186.70. Okay, so that is what we're watching up there. But over here on the daily time frame, you can see you have this triple bullish diverge going on. Go like that between this low, and this low. All right, right there. You have a higher high on the RSI right there, but a lower low in price. All right, another lower low in price right to the bottom of the demand zone. Now you have buyers stepping in. Now, I will point out, at the open, they aggressively stepped in. Just like that. And that is a great sign, guys. That means you have, like, automatic buying going on. There's a big dog automatically buying it. And they consolidated all day. I think it's probably going to, move to the upside. That's just if I had to take a shot at that, is my guess. If you have a big day tomorrow, that could put a nice lower wick in here, right? And then you could start moving to the upside. Similar to Apple, guys. If you were somehow to have a decent day, somehow, possibly, and get a nice wick, that sets you up for a good following week. All right. Now, currently, if you close out the week looking like this, I have to assume we're not going to do much next week. We're going to have to wait on it. I don't, you're probably going to see some, nice wick action before, just some wick action, just not this. Okay. Because this is this, and then you're going to get that, And at that point, I think we're probably going to come down here next week. So there would be that. So that's what I'm watching over there. LTR, guys. Thing looks kind of juicy. He came up, stalled out at resistance today, guys. All right. Right here. You get above there. You got nothing until you come up to $29. Just thought I'd put it out there. All right. You do have the bearish divergence going on here, but it's been consolidating for quite some time. He finally broke up. I think it's probably going to continue higher. All right, you were in this range for about a month. You just yesterday broke above this range. All right, and where was the range? Just in case your eyeballs are deceiving you. Right here, I got you. Now we can kind of call it like here. Okay, range, guys, just pretty much has to include most of the price action. But, just because that wouldn't look clean, we're going to call it right here. All right, regardless, you consolidated here, could not break this resistance for a whole month. This is 26 days there, almost a whole month. You broke out. The range consisted of, boom, 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 $3 of range there, 14%. Guys, you ran 8%. I think you run more. I think you're going to come up here to $29. That's what I'm watching for. Okay. Actually, we didn't go over IWM. But IWM got rejected the trend line that was in the morning brief this morning for the Discord members. But right there, trend line, expect sellers to be right there. And, you know, sellers were, you know, right there. But now you're in a bull flag leg manner here. Okay. Now, again, in case your eyes are deceiving you, I got you. Boom, boom, boom. You know, something like that. And then, boom. All of a sudden, we're at 210. We're like, holy crap. Look at that. Look at that bad boy run. And, yeah, it would be pretty cool. GME. All right. GME, guys, did get the close I was finally looking for. This massive falling wedge pattern. Okay, so we are, you know, watching for GME to get some upside here. So far, you are wicking. All right, you are just chilling wicking, but I do like that you finally got a close yesterday, and you got another close. Just consolidating today. Got low volume with this candlestick, which is good, but I want to see high volume. Why? Because if we got high volume right here, I mean, someone's taking a position. If it's in a, if we get a bullish candlestick with high volume, or we get a doji candlestick with high volume, then that tells us someone took a position. So far, we haven't gotten that. We got like increasing volume here, but this is a massive, you know, we got really big wick. So obviously we know there's a lot of action. We want to see a hidden, you know, hidden gem, like a small candlestick with increasing volume outside. Because if it's like that, we know it's not a seller if price is just chilling here and it didn't get all the way back down there, all right? So we know it would have to be a buyer, okay? That's kind of how I'm thinking. We're going to talk right here. Actually, SMCI, we're going to talk about before that. SMCI, guys, it is getting ready to go. You do have it at 1200 right now in after hours. That is cool. And we're going to put that on right there. Do have it breaking out of this consolidation, this little bull pennant you got going on here. And I do think tomorrow you're going to be headed finally to 1250. I thought that was going to happen like so quick. Did not. And yeah, premiums, guys, they're tough over here on SMCI. You might as well just stick with NVIDIA. You can, you know, we at least know. All right, NVIDIA's, and it could pay out more in NVIDIA. I'm just putting it out there, right? It could fit. You could have played March 15 contracts this week, and they would have went crazy. Like I was in for 800 something, and today they were at $3,000. Well, tomorrow they're gonna open at like freaking 4 or 5 grand, and I'm like, dang, that's crazy. Okay, crazy, crazy. But yeah, right here, SMCI, guys, I do think you're gonna start moving up, and I do think SMCI to 1500 is in play. Okay, so there's that. You come over here to Avgo, guys. Now, with extended hours on, you wick down here, just a perfect break and retest. Now, I would personally love to see this thing come down here in regular hours, and then I would get to buy that. Okay, and I would love to buy that thing. There would be that. All right, next thing we're going to talk about is Bitcoin. Bitcoin, guys, on the weekly time frame has a bullish candlestick. Now, speaking of weekly time frame, let's take a sneak peek over here. Guys, we have another bullish candlestick here on the weekly time frame. I try and keep telling you guys. You know, people keep telling me, no, Henry, it's gonna happen. It has to happen. No, guys, it doesn't have to happen. Stop just trying to front run the thing, and just go with the flow. We keep having these bullish look. Let's really look at what's happening here, guys. Okay, you want to see something really cool? Okay, really cool. Whoa. All right. Okay, that's not at all what I want to do. Right here. Okay. That's your zone. You have 3 weeks right here. This is your range. 3 weeks of consolidation here between these zones. You break out. You retest, and now you have a fat hammer / dragonfly doji off of this. Bullish candlesticks off of top of the range. Guys, we're probably going higher. How much higher? I don't know. 450 to 460. I'm just putting out there. This is not a bearish look. And by tomorrow, we're going to have increasing volume. So as long as they don't sink us tomorrow, we're going to have increasing volume. We have no divergence now on the daily RSI. None. Wait. Hang on. I could have said that wrong. 74. 74.40. Okay, you have bearish divergence. But you know what? But besides the fact, we have, oh, this on the weekly time frame, not the daily. Daily, we definitely do. Regardless, guys, you're consolidating right here at the high. I do think you go higher, and that suggests to me we're going to go higher tomorrow, which means you're actually not going to have this being like that. It's going to be a hammer candlestick. You're probably going to close up here, maybe at 450, and at that point, you have a really clean weekly look going into next week, guys, and boom. calls over the weekend, on tech will not, look like the worst idea. And boom bop bing boo pow. We got it. We got this. We got this. Okay, guys. So let's accelerate this course here. BA. Let's accelerate this course through my list of tickers. And then it's kind of, I gotta articulate that better. But right here, listen, guys, I was about to say it's tired. I'm tired. Okay. 10:25. I've been at work from 10 to 8. So there's been that. And dumb stuff all day. I'm like, geez Louise, just let me look at the market, bro. Just let me look at the market. Okay. Much rather just watch the market all day. All right. Honestly, guys, I'm like amazed by this whole NVIDIA thing. The thing is at 950 in after hours. The thing is going to 1,000. I'm literally amazed by this. It jumped $100 in one day. Like, like you were down here. Now you're up here. It's up here. Not, 100, but, from the low of yesterday to over here. Like this week alone. Let's just look at this. Is absolutely ridiculous. What the heck is this? In 1 week, you jump that, and you're probably going to close out the week at like 1,000. That's like a massive move. This is going to be the biggest week yet. It's here at the top. And it's going to keep going. It's going to suggest we get continuation. That's insane. All right, because guys, when it's finally time, you're going to get some warning signs. It's going to start consolidating like this. But guys, what we got this week is probably this. It could be. Or it could be the first one right here. And you get this. But guys, what we're seeing right now is just absolute bananas. It is definitely a bubble. But I love it. This is pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. Pretty cool. And guys, from a price action standpoint, it's kind of absolutely beautiful. You could just ride this thing. All right. Next one we're talking right now is IBM. I'm bullish on the dip, guys. I'm looking for a dip here. You surpassed the high. We'll point out. Okay, now you're just kind of consolidating here at the high here on the hourly time frame. But I'm looking for the pullback, and I'm going to be bullish on that pullback. Okay, if it does a pullback, there's a pullback. But I think, it's probably going to pull back. We're going to watch right here, 192.39. It's going to be the high of this candlestick right here. Okay, next one, BA. I think BA is getting ready to go. Look at this weekly candlestick going on. Bullish engulfing candlestick, hammer candlestick. On the daily chart, you still have that bullish divergence going on. You got this falling wedge going on here. Weeks of consolidation, guys. I really do think something big's preparing, over here on Boeing. I think we're probably, getting ready for something big. One of these big waves up. I think it's coming. It's coming over here. We're going to catch it. All right. But yeah, Bitcoin, guys, this thing really just looks monstrous. And, it's at all-time highs. Increasing volume on the week is definitely going to happen at this point. And, I think we're probably going to take out this high here. And I'm just going to point out coin. Coin is the thing that really looks like a monster. It does also look like you're going to have the increasing volume on the week to support this candlestick. And, guys, you have clear skies here up until 281.99, which is going to be the high of this candlestick right here. I do think you get up there. All right. That's just me. And if you pull back, guys, I will, buy this right here. All right. Right here. Does not matter how, expensive contracts are. This thing actually looks really strong. And honestly, guys, what I've, learned this past week is, these really strong things that have continuously gone up, you could have bought on every single dip on. And you could have just, had some time on your contracts, and you could have done that. I understand coin's not that. Coin has a really sexy setup here. All right. And, we know Bitcoin probably gonna, like, if it pulls back, it's gonna be, not probably, it's gonna be eating up to a new high. All right. This thing has gone straight up without a pullback. What happens when it finally gets a pullback? You're gonna get one of these. All right. And we're going straight to like 80K or some crazy stuff. What happens to coin when that happens? Well, coin's going to probably move with it. You get something like this, and I'm going to buy it right here. And you get something like some crazy stuff, because coin is going to be something that benefits, Mara surprised people with dilution. All right. Coin, we don't have to worry about that. Coinbase is, you know, a direct benefactor of Bitcoin price moving up. Okay? All these other, you know, miners that, you know, could or could not move, you know, we don't need to waste time on these. Coin is doing that. Okay? This is doing that. These are the two tickers right here we focus on. We buy the dips on. All right? So, you know, if this thing were to somehow, you know, Bitcoin falls back and this thing somehow gives back, you know, the past 2 weeks and comes down to 800, you know, guys, that is your opportunity. Because I think this thing is going higher. You're at a new all-time high. And Bitcoin's just at a fresh all-time high. And yeah, don't buy that pullback. All right, guys. So I'm going to conclude the video with that. I took up so much of your time. Tired Henry likes to talk, I guess. But I'm just going to put it out there, guys. I hope you guys have a great trading day tomorrow. I hope you make money. And yeah, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate your time. Appreciate your attention. And with that being said, I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.